Hey, before we dive in, just take a moment to look up at the night sky. Maybe you can see a few stars, maybe just the darkness, and that's okay. The point is, it's vast, right? Endless and quiet, a little bit mysterious. And inside you, it's kind of the same. There's this awareness, this feeling that notices everything. Your thoughts, your memories, the little joys and worries. Have you ever wondered what that really is? Maybe it's just your brain doing its thing, or maybe, just maybe, there's something more. I've been thinking about this a lot, and Buddhism has this gentle way of looking at it that might surprise you. They don't see you as a single, solid thing. Instead, they talk about 5 little pieces that make up your experience. Your body, your feelings, the way you notice things, your thoughts and impulses, and this quiet sense of being aware. None of these pieces are permanent. They come and go, shifting all the time, like clouds passing across the sky. The body, your brain included, is just one part. Important, yes, but not the whole story. Feelings arise, perceptions label what you see, mental chatter and impulses flow, and somewhere in the middle of all that, there's awareness quietly watching it all. And it doesn't exist alone. It's shaped by everything else. Your memories, your surroundings, even the people you've loved. Think of it like a flame. One candle can light another, and the fire continues. But it's not the same fire, and there's nothing being carried. Really, this isn't scary. It's kind of beautiful, actually. It means that consciousness may keep going, flowing, influenced by the way we act, the little choices we make. And maybe, just maybe, it's not limited to the body. Some people have these experiences, near-death moments, deep meditation, where awareness feels boundless, like it's floating beyond the body. Again, I'm not saying this proves anything, and that's okay. It's just something to think about. Your mind has this quiet light inside, often covered by worries, anger, or sadness, but it's there. And if we give ourselves a little space, through breathing, noticing, pausing, we can start to see it, feel it, maybe even let it guide us. It's not about becoming perfect or figuring everything out. It's about noticing the flow, letting things arise and pass without clinging too tight. And hey, if you find this interesting, maybe hit subscribe. I share these little whispers about life and mind, and it's okay if you just listen for now, no pressure. So maybe next time you feel lost or tired or just a little alone, remember this. You are part of something bigger, and that quiet awareness inside you, it's real, gentle, and waiting for you to notice it. Take a breath. Let it be okay. So, let's keep going. Maybe it's okay to think of life as a big, quiet web, where everything touches everything else. Buddhism talks about this idea called dependent origination. Fancy words, I know. But it's really just noticing that nothing happens alone. Every thought, every feeling, every little spark of awareness, it comes because of something else, like a seed that needs soil, water, sun, or maybe like a conversation that only happens because someone else was there to listen. Consciousness, this thing inside you that notices it all, doesn't just pop out of nowhere. It's shaped by what's already here, by your past, your actions, even the choices you didn't make. And maybe that's comforting. It means life isn't random chaos. Things unfold in patterns, even if we can't always see them. And here's another thought. Consciousness doesn't really die with the body. It keeps flowing, kind of like a flame pass from one candle to the next. Not the same flame, and nothing is being carried. It's more like the energy of awareness keeps moving, influenced by what you've done, the love you've given, the pain you felt. Some people call it karma, but really, it's just the ripple of cause and effect. And you don't have to get it all right. Life isn't about following a strict rule book. It's about noticing the flow, the connections, and maybe letting go a little of that tight grip on me and mine. When we do, we start to see things differently. Death, change, loss, they don't feel as scary because you're part of a bigger flow. And if you practice breathing, watching your mind, noticing sensations, you might catch a glimpse of this luminous quality that Buddhism talks about. A light inside that's calm, radiant, and gentle, even if it's buried under worry or anger. It's not about becoming someone else or escaping your life. It's just noticing, feeling, maybe letting the light shine a little. And if these ideas resonate, if you feel even a tiny nudge of curiosity, it's okay to stick around. There's more to explore together, slowly, gently, without pressure. So maybe for now, just breathe, notice what arises, let it go, and know that consciousness, this quiet, soft presence, might be bigger than you've imagined, and that's okay. Now, let's talk about something people often misunderstand: rebirth. It's easy to imagine a soul jumping from one body to the next, but Buddhism doesn't see it that way, and that's okay. There's no permanent you that moves around. Instead, think of it like a stream of awareness, flowing from one moment to the next, shaped by everything that came before, your thoughts, your actions, even your intentions. Maybe like a flame lighting another flame. The fire continues, but it's not exactly the same. And this isn't about punishment or reward. It's just how life unfolds, how choices ripple out, creating conditions for what comes next. Some people have experiences near death or in deep meditation, where awareness feels like it stretches beyond the body, like it's floating free, maybe touching something vast. It's okay if you can't fully understand it. Maybe just imagining it differently is enough. The idea is that consciousness isn't trapped. It moves, flows, shifts, and it can be influenced, nurtured, and even purified. And here's something gentle to hold on to. Even though we may be tied to this body for now, there's a potential inside us, quiet, bright, and patient, that can shine through. This is a luminous mind, the part of you that is awake, aware, and open, even if only for a moment. Life isn't about getting everything right. It's about noticing, breathing, feeling, and letting things pass without gripping too tightly. Every choice, every act of kindness, every moment of awareness leaves a little ripple, shaping what comes next in ways you may never fully see. So maybe take a breath and let it be okay that you don't have all the answers. Awareness is flowing, alive, and part of something bigger than yourself. And if you feel like exploring more of this gentle journey with me, maybe subscribe or just come back when it feels right. There's no rush, no pressure, just soft curiosity, little by little, moment by moment. Now, let's move a little deeper into the idea that consciousness might not be just tied to this body. Maybe it's okay to imagine the mind as something luminous, gentle, like a light waiting behind clouds. In Buddhism, they often describe it this way: not a literal brightness, but a kind of clarity, a calm presence, a quiet awareness that's always there, even if it's hidden under worry, anger, or sadness. It's okay if that feels a little strange. You don't have to fully grasp it to notice it. Some people find glimpses of it in meditation, when thoughts slow down, or in those rare moments when the world seems vast and still, and you feel connected to everything around you. Maybe consciousness is more than the brain, more than neurons and chemistry. It may have this quiet, gentle potential that isn't limited by the body, and when we live with that in mind, even a little, things can change. We might start to see ourselves differently, not as a fragile, separate self, but as part of a bigger flow, a web of connection that can soften fear, even fear of death. You may notice maybe just a little, that the world feels less harsh, that there's room for compassion, for kindness, for understanding, even when things are hard. And it's okay if you don't get it right away. You can take small steps. Breathe. Notice your thoughts. Let feelings arise and pass without gripping too tightly. Some people experience this in deep meditation, when awareness seems to expand, maybe even beyond the body. Others notice it in near-death moments, or in times of quiet reflection, when the world seems to fall away, and something vast remains. These aren't proof, and that's okay. They're gentle hints, little invitations to explore the mind in a different way. It's not about becoming perfect or enlightened or special. It's about noticing, moment by moment, the calm, luminous potential that's always there. And maybe, slowly, you'll realize that consciousness is not just tied to this life, this body. It moves, flows, ripples out, influenced by choices, intentions, and awareness itself. And hey, if this feels like something you want to explore, maybe stick around, maybe subscribe, or just take it in quietly. There's no rush, no pressure, just this soft journey of noticing, feeling, and letting a little light shine through, one gentle moment at a time. Let's drift a little further and talk about what happens when the body is no longer here. It's okay if this feels a little strange or even uncomfortable. Just breathe. Tibetan Buddhism talks about something called the bardo, a kind of in-between space, a transition, a journey of awareness after death, but before rebirth. It's not a place like a room or a city. It's more like states of mind, experiences that consciousness moves through. The first state, right at the moment of passing, is described as a clear, bright light. People say it's pure, unshaped awareness. Maybe it's like the mind itself, free of distractions, calm and luminous. Then there are states filled with visions, sometimes beautiful, sometimes confusing, all arising from our past actions, our habits, our karma. And finally, consciousness moves toward rebirth, drawn by old patterns, old tendencies, but not carrying a permanent self, more like a flowing river than a container of water. And maybe this helps us see something gentle. Consciousness isn't trapped by the body. It moves, flows, shifts, and it's influenced by what we've done, by how we've lived. It's okay to imagine it that way, and it's okay if it feels mysterious. We don't have to fully understand it to feel a little relief, a little openness, a little hope. Maybe it reminds us that the way we live now, the small choices, the kindness, the attention we give, the care we take, is part of a bigger flow. And if we practice, if we breathe, if we notice the light inside us, maybe we can navigate life and death with a little more ease, a little less fear. Even just a tiny awareness of this, a soft recognition, can shift the way we see ourselves, the world, and the people we love. It's not about proving anything or achieving anything huge. It's just noticing, breathing, letting awareness be soft, gentle, luminous, even when things feel uncertain. And if you like this journey, maybe stick around, maybe subscribe, or just come back and listen when it feels right. It's okay to take it slowly, one quiet, reflective step at a time, letting the mind open like a flower, gently, softly, in its own timing. Now, let's talk a little about the self, or maybe more accurately, the idea that there isn't really a fixed self at all. It's okay if that feels strange, maybe even unsettling, but it's not about nothingness. Buddhism calls it an anatta or non-self, and it's really just noticing that the me we cling to is more like a story we tell ourselves than a solid thing. That story is made from all the pieces we talked about before. Our body, our feelings, perceptions, thoughts, and awareness. None of them are permanent, and yet we treat them as if they define us. We grasp at them, we protect them, and in doing so, we create fear, worry, and suffering. But maybe here's a soft, gentle way to see it. If there's no fixed self to protect, maybe life feels a little lighter. Maybe death isn't so scary, because it's not the end of a me that has to survive. Maybe it's just another transition, a step in the ongoing flow of awareness. And seeing this can open a door to compassion. If I am not separate from you, then your suffering is connected to mine and mine to yours. It's not about burden. It's about recognition, empathy, and care. It may change the way you see relationships, your place in the world, even the little interactions that happen every day. We begin to act not from fear or pride or grasping, but from awareness, gentleness, and understanding. And that softly can transform life. Every act of kindness, every moment we pause and notice, every breath we take with attention, these are ripples in the flow. And it's okay if it's subtle, quiet, almost imperceptible. That's how change happens. So maybe as you go through the day, notice the little moments where you feel connection, where you see someone's joy or struggle, and let that awareness soften your heart a little. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just noticing, just being gentle, just letting go of the tight grip on a fixed self is enough. And if you want to keep exploring this gentle journey together, maybe stick around, maybe subscribe, or just take these thoughts in quietly for now. Either way, it's okay. You're exactly where you need to be in this flow, in this moment, with awareness softly lighting the path. Let's keep moving along this gentle path and think about how we can live with all this understanding. Maybe it's okay to admit that life is messy, confusing, and full of ups and downs. And that's exactly why this matters. When we recognize the self is not fixed, when we notice the flow of awareness and the web of connection, we start to see moments differently. Anger, frustration, jealousy, they still appear, and that's okay. We don't have to fight them or push them away. We can just notice them, watch them rise and pass like clouds in the sky. And in that pause, in that noticing, there's space. Space to respond differently, to choose kindness or patience, or simply to breathe. Relationships can change too. Maybe we start listening more, caring more, understanding more. When we see that others feel joy and pain just like we do, maybe we act with a little more gentleness, a little less defensiveness, and that care can extend outward to the world around us. Maybe we notice the trees, the air, the animals, and remember we're part of something much bigger. Little choices, how we speak, how we act, what we pay attention to, start to ripple through life, quietly shaping things in ways we might never see. And it's okay if it's slow. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a practice, a soft unfolding, a way to live that brings peace, wisdom, and connection one small step at a time. Sometimes it might feel too hard, and that's okay too. The path isn't about achieving something far away. It's about noticing again and again, letting awareness guide us gently, softly, through each moment. And maybe, if this little exploration resonates, you can stick around, maybe subscribe, or just come back when it feels right. There's no rush, no pressure, just soft curiosity, little by little, moment by moment, noticing the flow of life, noticing the light inside, and letting it guide you in the quietest, simplest ways. Now, let's think about how all of this starts to become a way of being, not just an idea. Maybe it's okay if it's subtle at first, barely noticeable. Life doesn't suddenly change because we understand non-self, or the flow of consciousness, or the luminous mind. It's more like a gentle unfolding, a quiet shift that happens in ordinary moments. When we get frustrated, maybe we pause and notice it. When we feel joy, maybe we linger a little longer, aware of it. When someone else suffers, Maybe we feel it softly, and it moves us to act with care, even in small ways. That's the heart of the path, living wisdom and compassion. It's not about rules or perfection. It's about noticing, breathing, and letting awareness guide our choices, moment by moment. Maybe you lose patience sometimes. Maybe you hurt someone unintentionally, and that's okay. Each time we notice, each time we pause, each time we try again, it's a ripple in the flow, a little soft light moving through the world. And over time, these small, quiet acts begin to shape the way we experience life. We may feel more present, more connected, more gentle, not because we're trying hard, but because awareness itself softly reshapes us. The path is full of these tiny openings, moments when life is messy, yet also beautiful. Maybe it's seeing the sunrise, hearing a laugh, or noticing the breath moving in and out. And if you feel like exploring this together, gently, slowly, you might subscribe, or just come back when it feels right. There's no hurry. There's no checklist. It's okay to take it one soft moment at a time, noticing the gentle unfolding of awareness, noticing the subtle light in yourself, and letting it touch the world quietly, softly, with patience and care. As we continue, maybe it's okay to pause and reflect on how this all touches everyday life. Understanding that the self isn't fixed, that consciousness flows, that moments arise and pass. It's not just something we think about. It changes the way we move through the world. When someone angers us, maybe we pause, notice the feeling, and let it pass instead of reacting automatically. When we see someone smile or struggle, maybe we soften a little, letting empathy guide us. Life doesn't have to be perfect, and that's okay. The path is about noticing moment by moment, practicing patience, gentleness, and kindness, even in small ways. Maybe it's as simple as breathing before speaking, noticing the warmth of the sun, or really listening to someone without thinking about yourself for a moment. Each small act, each little pause, ripples outward, shaping life quietly. And even when things are hard, it's okay. Each challenge becomes a chance to notice, a chance to respond from awareness instead of habit. Over time, these small moments add up. We start to feel a little lighter, a little more connected, a little more at peace. Compassion grows naturally when we see that the me we cling to isn't separate from others, that their joy and sorrow are intertwined with ours. And in this gentle awareness, maybe the world feels less harsh, less fragmented. Life can be messy, sure, but it can also be beautiful, full of subtle, quiet moments that remind us we are part of something bigger, flowing, alive. And maybe if this resonates, you feel like exploring more with me. Slowly, softly, you might subscribe or just come back when it feels right. There's no pressure, no hurry, just a gentle unfolding of awareness, one small, quiet moment at a time, letting it shape your life with tenderness, wisdom, and care. And now, maybe we can bring it all together, softly, without pressure, just noticing, living with awareness, noticing the flow of consciousness, the impermanence of the self, the gentle light inside. It's not about doing something dramatic. It's in the small, quiet moments, noticing a thought, letting it pass, seeing someone's joy or pain, and responding from that soft space inside. Life doesn't have to be perfect, and that's okay. Sometimes we stumble, sometimes we hurt, sometimes we forget, but each pause, each gentle breath, each tiny act of kindness adds up, shaping the way we experience life. Awareness slowly softens fear, softens grasping, and opens a little more space for compassion, understanding, and joy. The path isn't a checklist or a goal. It's a way of being, unfolding naturally, quietly, moment by moment. And maybe the most beautiful thing is that it's accessible right now, right here as you listen, as you breathe, As you notice your thoughts and feelings, there's a chance to step softly into awareness, into that luminous quality that has always been there. Maybe it takes practice, maybe it takes patience, and that's okay. There's no rush, no right or wrong. Just gentle noticing, living with a little more care, a little more presence, letting awareness guide you through life's complexities with softness and clarity. And if this little journey has felt meaningful, maybe stick around, maybe subscribe, or just come back when it feels right. There's a quiet beauty in knowing that each moment is an opportunity to breathe, to notice, to soften, and to live with awareness, kindness, and connection. One gentle, small moment at a time. That's enough.